Welcome, here I've got LG G8s ThinQ and I'm gonna show you how to use the camera pro mode at this device. So let's start by tapping on the camera button to open it, and for now we are in the standard photo mode. Let's change it by using this settings bar and just simply going to the right to the manual camera. Here we are, this is kind of pro mode at this camera app, and this mode gives us possibilities to choose some shooting parameters by ourselves. This is useful when we want to learn photographic skills or making experiments with photography. So let me start with this settings bar. Let's go from the left. The first one button here is the white balance, so we get access to this slider and we can control the temperature of our picture in Kelvin degrees. By going to the left, we can make our photo more cold, as you can see, more blue, and by going to the right, we can make it more warm, more orange. So this is kind of balance between the blue and the orange light, and we can also go back easily to auto white balance by tapping on this button here with auto from the right, and it goes back to the auto. The next one button is the focusing. As you can see, by tapping on it, we can change autofocus to manual one. And we have also this green signs that show us the area of our focusing, so this is kind of focus picking. And we can check if we do it correctly by seeing this green signs. So this is really cool option. And of course we can go back easily from manual focus to auto by tapping again on the auto here. And it goes back to the AF. The next one button here is the exposure compensation, so we can manage the light of our picture now. By going to the right on this slider, we can make our photo more bright. By going to the left, we can make it more dark. This is how it works. At the center we have 0 and 0 parameters. And now let's move to this button, the next one, and the second one, so the ISO and the shutter speed. As you can see, now the exposure compensation is locked because these two parameters together are kind of the exposure compensation. Let's start with ISO. Here we can control the camera's sensitivity to light. We can make it less sensitive from 50, and by going to the right on this slider, we can make it more sensitive to 3 and 2000. So this is really wide spectrum, and this is really cool thing. As you can see, when we do it more sensitive, we get more light at our picture. We can of course tap on the auto to go back to the auto settings, and when we tap on the last one button here, with shutter speed, we can adjust the time of taking picture. We can make it by going to the left much longer, and the longest is 30 seconds, so this is really long time. This should be better definitely to objects that are stable. And now also we give to our photo more light. By going to the right on this slider, we can make our time of taking photo much shorter, 1 and 3 and 2000, so this is really short time, and this should be definitely better to objects that are, for example, in move with good light or big ISO, to frozen them at the picture. And we have also one extra button here from the right, so this is really cool thing because when we have this and tapping on this, we can reset all of these settings to the auto, and we don't have to do it separately here. So by just one tap, and all of this goes back to the auto settings. And now let's move to the left corner to this button. When we tap here, we can open some advanced camera settings, and in the manual camera we have two extra things here. The graphy photos. When we tap here, we can turn it on, and here we can now apply settings from existing photos to our own, so we can also learn from this. Let's go back to the camera. As you can see here, it appears, so by just one tap we can turn it off and turn it on. And when we have this turn it on, we can pick the picture we want to have to see its settings. And for example, the nightfall is with this white balance, this exposure compensation, and this is locked here now. When we pick the snapshot, we have these two parameters adjusted like that, and the white balance here, so we can learn what settings are good to which conditions we have when we take a picture, for example to street, also people, so we have really wide choice. And we can also here pick more photos with these settings in Google Play Store, so this is really cool option. And now let's turn it off. Let's reset the settings because they stay set on the graphy. And let me show you also one other thing. Let's go back again to the left corner, and here we have Save as RAW option. By just one tap here we can turn it on and turn it off, and when we have this we can take photos in RAW format, which is used by professional photographers to saving more details at the picture and post-producing them in graphic programs. So this is really pro thing because we have the RAW and JPEG at once now when we have this turned on, of course. And also let's move to the guide here. When we tap here we have one extra thing that is not in standard photo mode, because in standard photo mode we have only the grid lines. In the guide we have also the level, so we can check now if our photo is straight, and this should help us to keep our photographic topic straight at the picture. As you can see we have the signs here, and this is how it works. And of course we can easily go back here and pick the guide to turn it off. So now it's gone. So for now let me take a picture by using the settings. So let's make more warm white balance, maybe defocusing. Let's stay on the auto, and let me use ISO also, and the shutter speed. To see the photo, let's move to the left to this button. When we tap here we get quick access to the gallery, and this is how it looks like. Thanks for watching, subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.